Well, hi there, and welcome to this edition of a quick Tesla Timeout. I wanted to get this out as quickly as possible because I was going to do a longer element, but I thought, I'll get this out now while the prices are still what they are. I want to talk about my 2025 because this is a model year 2025 Tesla Model Y. And if you saw my previous episodes, you saw I traded in my Model 3 and my 2020 for this. This is the pre-refresh, so this is not a Juniper. This is the one that you can get right now. And I'm not going to show you the vehicle because I think there's a million videos about what it looks like. It's a very, very fine vehicle. And that I just quickly wanted to tell you my thoughts for the first month or so, almost 2,000 kilometers of driving and ownership of this vehicle. And that is, I'm very impressed with it. I was a little bit so-so about maybe the suspension and ride quality because to me that was the biggest issue initially without moving into these. But they have really done a great job in this comfort suspension and continually to refine it a little bit over time. I don't think it will be the same as, it's not the same as the Model 3 refresh today, the Highland, and it won't be most likely the same as the new Juniper Model Y that's coming. But I think that it's a very good suspension and a good riding vehicle. It's much quieter than I thought, and it's much more comfortable than I thought. And everything else about the vehicle is just fantastic from an overall, how they've mapped out the one pedal driving, because there is no selector, there is no more, light or standard. It's just baked in. And it's so nicely refined in how they've mapped it to give you a nice easy stop or a harder stop, and recover some, but not yet be too aggressive. They've done really well with that. So, in the overall build quality has been fine. I've had no issues with this. I had nothing that they had to do post delivery on this vehicle. I found zero defects. It's just been absolutely wonderful. The inside, everything works well. It's quiet, as I mentioned, and very comfortable. I've already taken a lot of people in this, and they've all commented on how nice this vehicle is. So the purpose of this vehicle is just to say, look, if you're thinking of the Model Y, and you don't want to pay more money, because I'm pretty sure that the Juniper is going to be more money, I would run out and get one of these right away. Now here in Canada, the prices have already gone up $5,000 because we lost the $5,000 federal incentive. So you don't get that anymore. However, they've gone up $1,000 as well. So we lost the $5,000 incentive and they've gone up $1,000, but they're going up $4,000. And I don't know if that's because they're going to replace it with the Juniper Y, because you can now go on the US and Canada websites and order them, but that's only the launch edition. And the launch edition is $90,000. Yes, you get FSD and acceleration boost, which are things I think you don't need at all, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. You can rent or pay as you go FSD for $100 a month. You take $11,000 and figure out how many, that's, 10 years of ownership. 9 to 10 years if you just did it $99 a month. Why don't you just do that if you really want FSD and go and take it as you go? So my point is, if you're really interested in this vehicle, I would go out this month in January and go get it before the prices go up, because Feb 1 they're going up $4,000, and then we don't know when the Model Y Juniper comes out, but when it does, it's only going to be the launch edition for some time, and then we don't know what pricing is going to be on the regular comparable versions to this. I still think they'll be probably even a little bit more than the pricing now is. So I wanted to tell you, I really think that you should, if you're really on the fence on this, I love the Juniper Model Y. I've seen all the videos now. There's been a ton of videos since the embargo over the last couple of days. I've watched all the breakdowns, and yes, there's a load of nice features in there. Don't get me wrong. But would I pay $90,000 for that? Absolutely not. And one other thing I wanted to say is, people ask me, why did you not wait for that? Well, in December, there were still the $5,000 federal incentives in Ontario. There was double the referral code, which I have, my own, and I found an inventory unit which saved another $650. So I saved over $8,000 on this Model Y purchase, just from the purchase price by buying at that time. And knowing that my Model 3 by trade-in would continue to devalue over time, if I waited 3 or 6 months for it, I would have less of a trade-in value. And now that the prices have gone up, I would spend even a lot more money to do the same purchase. So to me, financially, it just didn't make sense to wait. It really made sense to pull the trigger now to capture all those incentives. So my advice is look at your incentives. If you're in Canada or US, there's still some provincial incentives. Use them while you've got them. Take this before the pricing goes even higher if you can. Find inventory units. They'll give you a discount. You'll see a discount already on Tesla's site. Go to the store. Don't do it online. If you're close to a sales store, go to them and talk to a guy. That's how I found the inventory unit, and he saved me $650 because when I looked originally, there wasn't any. So I would talk to a guy. I'm still a big believer in that. Truly 100% love this vehicle. Absolutely no regrets in getting it. This is our 10-year plus vehicle. We're going to drive this till it dies. And I wanted to make this short video just to tell people that. You want to wait for the Model Y? Great, then do so. I think it's going to be my car of the year pick right off the bat, because I think even with the struggles in the US and Canada from an EV incentive and politics and tariffs and all this stuff, I think the Model Y is still going to be the #1 selling electric vehicle this year by far globally. I think BYD is going to catch up. They're going to be close. But I think the Model Y is going to be at least the #1 selling all electric. So I'm that confident. Because the Juniper is a nice product, and if they price the regular models down into some sense of normalcy, which they did with the Model 3 refresh, you actually got a lot more for about the same price. In fact, they even lowered it for a little bit. But now that they've upped the Model 3 pricing as well in February 1st, it's going to be a hard pill to swallow against a lot of competition out there. So, hope everybody's doing well. Thanks very much for watching this Tesla Timeout, and until the next episode, I'll see you when I see you. Take care.